Hello everyone, my name is Sahil, I'm a real estate consultant, and today I am here to make an announcement of my upcoming webinar on 30th March where I'll be teaching you how to rent your property. So a lot of misconception out there. There is no one teaching anyone how to rent your flat. So there is a market, there is a hidden market of high value rented. So there are HNIs in every department. HNIs in your real estate, HNIs in your businesses, HNIs in your luxury product buying. Every industry have their own HNIs, and there are HNIs in renting industry also. There are people who are willing to pay nice amount of rent but they need a value out of it. But for a homeowner, flat owner, how can you reach out those HNIs or high value tenants? So there might be some people might think, if they are so rich, why don't they buy it? So there are situations. I'm not saying that Nikhil Kamath is going to come and rent your apartment, even though he was renting till yet. There are Bollywood celebrities who are also renting. That's not the case. There are a lot of people in Mumbai renting, but it's about, if you don't have that luxury property, if you have an average property, how can you extract the maximum amount of rent from that property in that market? How to target the right audience, the most high value audience for that particular property. So every property has the limit of renting. So if a luxury project is there is some value of rent is going on for that. So if a luxury project is there and the price of renting is like 80k per month, but how can you extract 150k or 1,50,000 or 1,20,000 in terms of rental from that particular unit? I'll be teaching you all that. I'll be teaching you how to connect with the right brokers. Which broker do you have to connect with for renting and which broker you don't have to. I'll be teaching you how to position your flat in a way that it is a desirability, it is a need for people. People don't want to rent it because they're in a need of a home, but they want to rent it because they find your flat or your your house as their home. They see a home in it. So there should be a desirability factor. I'll be teaching you how to make, it's not just renovation or it's not just furnishing. They do play a factor, but that's not just the only thing. You have to market your flats right way. You have to position it right way. You have to sell it. It's just we have a mindset of just owning a home and waiting for someone to come and rent it out. No, you have to sell it. You have to think not just as you're the landowner or a flat owner, you're gonna attract the craziest deal or craziest renting, crazily high value renters. That's not how thing works. You have to sell it. You have to market. You have to put efforts in it. I'll be teaching you those tips and tricks in that webinar. If you're interested, do comment or fill the link in the description. I'll reach out to you and I'll give you all the details for it. It's going to be a 2-hour webinar. Everything you require in this webinar for renting will be provided to you. I'll be covering everything in that 1 hour, and 1 hour will be dedicated for you to answer all your queries. There is one particular thing, is how desirable is your property. You should also be able to analyze it. So I understand there is a desirability factor, but there is some limit to everything. You cannot make your flat desirable to the richest person. There is some limitation to it. If you're a businessman, you own an IT company or whatever you are, you're definitely going to go and stay in camellias. You cannot attract that kind of person in some society which is not camellia. That's not going to happen. But you can get the best possible tenant in that particular home. This is what I'm going to teach you. I will be teaching you how to assess your property. What is the potential out of it? Which areas? I mean, let's think about it in a broader way. So if you're planning to buy your home in the upcoming years, if you're buying second home for rental, I'll be teaching you how to assess the property whichever you're buying for as a renter. I mean, what should be the rent maximum of that rental value of that property, right? To understand that, you have to think. I mean, if you know that, you will be able to understand where you have to invest. When you know that this particular property can give me this amount, X amount of rent because of these factors, I'll be teaching those factors, and this particular property gave me this amount of rent for these factors. Now you'll be able to compare those both the properties. If you are buying something for just investment purpose and getting the rental, enjoying the rental, and if you can analyze that before buying, this thing can give me this amount of rent and this thing give me this amount of rent, and this will help you make your property buying decision in a much better way. So I hope to see you all in that webinar. I hope I can give you the maximum insight for the 7 cities which I generally promote, all the top 7 cities of India. This will work in tier 2, but to some extent there will be some limitation because tier 2 city has some limitations. Majority of tier 1 cities, for majority of good cities where is a decent amount of demand, you will be able to attract the best possible tenant. Thank you for watching and see you all in the webinar. Bye bye.